Hi. Okay. This is a new angle. Alright, so this is week 2 of my artist recovery. Just kidding, this is week 10. Alright, so my favorite artist, her name is Dochi. She does these things called weekly check-ins for this book that she reads called The Artist's Way. Do you need to know anything about The Artist's Way? No, I'll explain it to you as we go on. I hold my breath whenever I speak. It's really weird. So, I am currently in week 10 right now of The Artist's Way, 10 out of 12, and then I actually went ahead and I read the end of the book, which, whatever, I don't know if that breaks any rules. I went ahead and I read the end of the book, and it says that you should continue to do morning pages, which is the little journals that I've been doing every single morning. You should continue to do those for 12 more weeks, which is 3 more months. So that's 6 months of journaling every single day for 3 pages. Do you realize how much writing things down in a journal does, like, for your mental health and for your overall, how you see your life, where you see your life going? Okay. It's a lot. So I've done maybe almost 3 months. And I have written a lot of my thoughts down in my journals. I'm not going to pull out my journal and, just start reading it to you. Hold on, I have something in my mouth. But I will give you kind of the summary of things that have been going on in my life, because things are happening really fast. And I had to reach out and I have to grab it before it's gone, That happens all the time. So whenever I'm creating, I see something really big and majestic, like a sunset, and I just want to capture it, but I don't have a picture because it's in my mind. So I do what I can to grab it, and I write it until I make something like this. So I wanted to go through an eye making tutorial because I feel like every artist does that. Sorry, I'm out of breath. So I did this. I started off with charcoal, and I ended up wanting the blacks to be darker. So I went ahead and I took an acrylic black marker and I just made the blacks darker. And it was kind of like adding line art to a sketch, which is very similar to what you would do in Photoshop or Clip Studio Paint now, because I don't support Photoshop, and neither should you, because fuck Adobe, but that's a whole different conversation. So yes, sorry, my thoughts are kind of all over the place, but I'm actually not going to apologize because I'm doing this for me. This is for future me. And also to whoever needs to hear these words. My point is, I think that to slow down your life and to meditate for a minute and pick up a pencil and put it to the paper and start drawing, and not really knowing what you're going to draw, just put it to the paper and start doodling or something. That is creating, okay? I feel like this book that I'm reading, it is teaching me a lot on how to follow that flow of what feels good, what feels like I'm doing something good. I'm just going to continue following it. I don't know where it's going to lead me. I just think it's good. It's really fun to do. And I feel like things flow really well whenever I am creating. So I went ahead and I made an eyeball, which is really cool. I decided to take on a new medium, it's been scaring me for my whole life. This thing has been very scary to me, okay? Because I never really touched this medium very much in the past, but I finally decided to, and it is acrylic painting and color mixing. And just getting into colors, just getting into paint in general and mixing colors is foreign to me. This is completely new. I have not done this before. So as I was mixing these colors, I was like figuring things out, like, oh, that's how much yellow I need to put on. Oh, that's how much blue I need to put on to make it look like this color. Oh, I really like this color. I want to make more of this color and use that on a canvas one day. Okay. All right. So I did that. This is just like scraps, but I kind of liked how it looked. Okay. Yes, this is a weekly check-in video, so I'm going to show you what I worked on today. Okay, so because I am an artist, both digital and now physical, I want to start working on some nice looking physical commissions of people. And I decided that because I'm good at like drawing fur, I could probably start with something like pet caricatures. So I went ahead and I drew my friend's dog. This is Layla. It's my friend Arrow's dog. We were walking our dogs the other day, and I was telling him about my art journey, being like, I want to make more physical art. And I have been showing him like how excited I am to learn about mixing colors and getting better at sketching and whatnot. And now I'm in this weird in-between where I'm trying to bridge the gap of sketching to painting, but that gap is really big, but it's also really exciting because I don't know anything about painting and blah, blah, blah. And then the thought came into my brain. I was like, well, if I want to do pet caricatures, maybe I should have a few examples. So I asked him, I was like, well, feel free to send me some of your favorite photos of your dog. And that's all I said. And he was like, okay. So he sent me some photos of his dog, and he sent me that photo. And this morning, when I woke up, I was going to wake up and do my digital art commissions, but I felt called to my painting desk that I just set up the other day. Before, this corner in my room used to be just like storage stuff and like a dresser, and I would store all my wires in there, and like I would rarely go to this corner of the room. But I decided to turn that corner of the room into a painting studio. So I took this desk that we were never using, that we were not often using. I took it from downstairs and I brought it up to here, put it in the corner of my room. I put all of the paints and stuff that I've gotten from like around, going to Michael's and getting paints, and those were really expensive. And then I went to the dollar store and I got some paints, and those were really cheap. So now I'm just kind of like mixing and matching and trying to figure out like what is good quality paint, what is not, what is pigment. But yes, now I have a corner of my room that is dedicated to paint, which is great. So I felt called to that corner of this room in this morning, and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna paint something. I'm just gonna like put the colors on the little palette board and just see what I can do with like mixing the colors and see if I can make them look any better. Also, look at what I got from the dollar store for my artist date the other day. I set a budget for myself that I can only spend $30 at the dollar store. Guess how much money I ended up spending? $40 at the dollar store. I was $10 over budget. Because I wanted to get this pointer stick. And a bunch of other things. I got a bunch of like little canvases, and I don't even know what I got. I got a bunch of pens. Am I gonna go through what I showed? Okay. This is a check-in video, I have to. Okay. So let me show you all my art supplies. So this is some spray paint that I got from my week 4 artist's date. I went to the store to try to get some Posca markers and acrylic markers. They didn't really have any of them, so I ended up getting some spray paint instead. I have not used the spray paint yet, but I would like to one of these days. What else? Got a bunch of brushes. I mean, I have a ton of. I got like a palette board board that I don't use. I have like a ton of different sketchbooks and stuff. And what's really cool is that I actually use this stuff. Like the stuff that I buy, I don't buy it and then it stays in the corner and I forget about it, because like I had this one artistic, explosion that I wanted to buy a bunch of art, and then I get home and I don't have time for it or something. I do have time for it. I wake up and I look at that corner of art and I'm like, I could actually do stuff today. So, because I have time. So I put the 3 primary colors down on the paper and I started to mix things up, and that's how I got that. And then I started thinking, oh, I remember I wanted to do this thing for my friend where he sent me a photo of his dog. So I went ahead and I pulled up the picture of one of his pictures of his dog, put it on the desk, and I started painting. And not painting, drawing. So I do this. And I'm really happy with it. Now it's just going from the line art phase to the colored phase, which I feel like I am experiencing a block because I am not used to this medium. I've spent all this time sketching this thing up to this point. I feel like I'm going to ruin it. I feel like I'm going to ruin my sketch that I spent like an hour on, which I could probably do again, honestly, in an hour. But because I'm too afraid of ruining it, I am blocked, and I am afraid to jump into paint and try to like match the colors and stuff. So that is where I'm at with my journey right now. I am like watching YouTube tutorials on how to get specific colors with specific pigments, and what paints lean more green versus what paints lean more purple. Example, like etc. etc. I have a lot of things that I want to learn. However, I must make money to live. So I have been working on digital art commissions during my normal work days, and for the times that I want to take a break and just explore, then I just work on physical art. Last thing, this is checking on myself. So this is literally this is going to be about stuff that I'm going through. So, I was going to say, I don't know why I feel like I need to explain what is going on. This is just a check-in video. Okay. I just secured my second physical art commission, which is a big deal to me, okay? It's a big deal to me because I want to start moving into that medium, and it's going to push me to learn color theory in a very fast way. Because I have these restraints, which is my skill in color matching, color mixing, but I also have the restraint of, okay, now there's a deadline of a commission needs to be done by this time. Also, I confronted a lot of my stress earlier this week, which is my finances. Very stressed about my finances. Yeah, okay, let's just get into it. So I used to be a software engineer. I went to school for it, and then I went into the industry for 2 years. I worked at a startup, and it was very fast-paced. The demands were very high, and they ended up burning a lot of the people out that were in that company, including me. They wanted me to perform higher, better, faster, and I put my foot down and I was like, no. I'm giving you a certain level of, this is what I can mentally take, this is what I can mentally handle, and this is what I can give to you. And they wanted more. So I decided to leave because I valued myself more than the work and more than my paycheck. So I chose my mental health over a paycheck. And I am glad that I did that. I don't regret it. Fast forward to 2 years from then, when I did that thing, I have been doing a lot of exploring, trying to figure out what it is I want to do. Also been applying to a lot of jobs. I have a whole spreadsheet of jobs that I've applied to, 200 plus jobs, got 6 interviews for different companies, got to the 3rd interview, and got ghosted from there. It's a whole thing. Now I'm not applying anymore because I am pursuing art, and I'm loving it. And finances are difficult for me. Okay. Is it, I just feel like I'm droning. I'm like, oh man, Fluke, you gotta wrap this up and try to get it under 20 minutes. Try to get under 30 minutes. What are they gonna do if the video is 35 minutes long of just you rambling? They're just gonna click off after like 5 minutes. Well, also, it's not for them. This video is not, okay. I was talking about finances, kind of a sensitive subject, but I have been thinking about it a lot, and I have thought about how much it takes for me to exist on the planet, right? How much money that I need to live on the day-to-day, and what resources I do not need, I have gotten rid of. So, I do not go out to eat as much as I used to, and I am saving a lot of money. I am going to grocery stores and saving up. You know, I'm being very careful about what I buy, and I have sensitive subject. Okay, I have zero debt because of the choices that I made in my 20s that were good choices. So thank you, Fluke, for my 20s. Great job. I don't have any debt right now. But the debt that I do accumulate is on a credit card, and I am honestly very terrified of paying any interest payment. So that is the game that I play right now with my finances. I make X amount from commissions. I spend X amount on existing. And right now, it's like a level playing field. We're not really going up and we're not really going down. But for the past couple months, or past couple weeks, I was kind of going down a little bit. And I was really nervous if I was going to secure commissions so that I could, you know, afford groceries for the next month. Finances are okay now. I did some things, asked some past commissioners if they would like another commission, and they said yes. And I even said, would you like a physical art commission, like acrylics? And they said yes, which is awesome. So now I get to I get to learn painting, and I get to hand off that painting to someone who's willing to watch me maybe struggle and not do that great, but they're still paying for it because they want to see me get better. That's a really cool place to be. Forget what other people want you to be, because the person that you are right now is someone who is thriving and someone who is excitable and curious for the future. Okay, I said that for myself because I needed some affirmation. I feel like I am very self-conscious on what other people think of me, and I think it's because of my upbringing, and my upbringing includes being a YouTuber in the past. Big YouTuber. I did videos every single week. For those who don't know about where I came from, I used to do videos every single week for 3 years, or maybe 4 years, I don't know, on YouTube. And I loved going back and reading the comments and seeing what people had to say. Then I feel like that kind of consumed me, and I made content just so I can get certain types of comments, just to validate, blah, 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 whatever. I still feel like I kind of do that. I feel like I edit myself as I'm speaking, and ways that I'm moving and whatnot, I'm editing. I'm trying to see, okay, I can trim that silence. I don't want them to click away from the video. No, I'm not doing that anymore. These videos I'm not going to be posting for views. I'm not posting them for reading back on the comments and seeing what people think about me. I don't care what people think about me right now, okay? I might in the future. I don't know. But right now, I am more focused on creating a check-in video on myself in the future to come back to and be like, oh, that's where I was at. Also, it's really cool that I am making plans for where my future is going to go. So, that was a lot of speaking. I had 2 shots of coffee. It's already dark outside. I'm probably going to be staying up till very late. But, yeah, anyways, this is some other art that I've made this week. It's not as much as last time. Okay. because it's only been a week. It's actually only been like 3 days since I posted that last video. But there you guys go. Also, to any of those who are watching, if you're interested in physical art made by yours truly, please send me an email at flukethehusky@gmail.com and we can talk about a commission. My prices start at, I want to say $120 for like a physical piece that I will ship to you for free. That's a pretty good deal. So if you're interested in that, go ahead and send me an email. Other ways that you can support me are on my art Patreon, which is in the description. Okay, good check-in video. Good job, Fluke. Proud of you. And I'll see you next week. Bye.